We back with another one.
Yes.
We back with another one. This part 2 of the Yolo Show. Got Professor Solo.
God damn it. You see what I'm doing?
Yeah, you got Professor Lowe in the building.
Yeah, yes, sir. We in the building, man. You got Yoda in this bitch. We in this bitch, man. Like a nigga with a Glock with a switch.
Huh.
You see your shit doing it again, fam. You want me to pull it up on my shit?
Say, I forgot my double cup. I'm in a rush. Hey, lil' bro, seen
good though,
grab my Glock, I'm pushing up. Hey, we don't do no V6, this a Hemi, scooting up. I be in my city with them sticks, just pop the trunk. Hey. Can't fake the funk. My nigga kill you for a brand new pair
of guns. Shout out Reach Money, shout out Stack Matt.
Yoda bang, we smoking runs. I'ma fuck on that bitch, then kick her out just like a bun. Out me a bliss, I get it as hit. Not no kick and fuck by the bitch. Ride with the glitch, I shoot up the shit. Smoke my op to the op, get gone. Ride with the glitch, better get your zone. Got no love, that shit be gone. Taking off like a rocket. All them pussy niggas better stop it. Mad at me, I'm the hot top. I was foreign shit, I rock it. Used to be with the glitz, yeah, I'm lying. I never put it down. Them clown niggas want to hang around. Want millions to give me the runaround. I'm popping. Them VVS can't stop it. Back in head if you think I'm playing, come try me. I ain't going back and forth. Them neck, 5 shots to the bed. To your chest, let up fan try to play my neck. All right there, that's on the set. Harvey Street, that's where I'm at. I got 6 in the chest. Lil B, that nigga's a bitch. Did 5 years and sticks on the bitch. Ain't this game till your brother get hit. I'm probably person, my op get hit. Probably person, my op get hit. I'm probably person, my op get hit. Pussy. Oh God.
This ain't high school. I got this Glock all in my letter. Hey, niggas out here doing funny business. David let him. Hey, Sunday service, bitch. I get paid like the Reverend. Can't talk without this Zaze pipe. I need my medicine. Can't do a show without it, so you know we got the medal. Can't take a picture with no guns, you know I got felonies. Steady speaking on our name, shit gon' get your melon split. Niggas ain't gon' slide, they gon' hide when the beef come. Niggas steady talking about it, smoke, but ain't gon' be none. I show you how to be a player, nigga. Be a better. Let's go. Let me show you how to mix it up. I got the recipe. Let's go.
Bitch ass niggas. I keep telling you niggas, this shit ain't over with. We still dropping this shit. We still pumping this shit. We still doing this shit. Quit playing with us. OTM, nigga. Bang man, nigga. Nigga, TT Cartel, pussy. On God.
On God.
On God. On God. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Yolo Show, man. It's me, Yo, and that's your boy, Low. And we back at it with another one, man.
Yes, sir. We back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
What it do? Reek, what it do? You know what I'm saying? We got some shit for you boys. It's all on you, Low. If you want to share your screen, we got some shit. We got something for your mind. Let a player come through. Let a player come through. Yeah. There we go.
You see this?
There we go. I got it. Yes, sir.
Let me know when you're ready for me to run it, or you want to tell them what it's about. It's terrorist conspiracy. When a gang click up with a dictator.
I don't know if y'all ever heard about this or ever even had no information about this, but yeah, the gangs didn't even reach out to motherfucking dictator and linked up with dictators. Y'all ain't even seen that part yet. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of shit we it's us. We bringing it to you. We bringing it to you. You only live once now. You only live once now. You can go ahead. You put it on the big screen.
Chicago, amidst the hustle and bustle of city life, a powerful force was emerging in the mid-1970s, the El Ruckins, a name that would soon become synonymous with both fear and reverence. As the city grappled with economic challenges and social unrest, the El Ruckins carved out a niche for themselves. They weren't just another street gang, they were a community force, from organizing neighborhood events to mediating street disputes. They often blurred the lines between protectors and perpetrators, At the helm of this group was Jeff Fort, a charismatic leader with a vision. Known to many as Chief Malik, he was a man of contrasts. On one hand, he was seen as a beacon of hope, a leader who advocated for the rights of the marginalized. On the other, he was a shrewd strategist, always a step ahead of his adversaries. Under Fort's leadership, the group grew in numbers and strength. Their operations expanded, and so did their ambitions. As the El Ruckins solidified their position in Chicago's urban landscape, they also caught the attention of law enforcement. But for the residents of the neighborhood they dominated, they were more than just a gang. They were a symbol of resilience, unity, defiance against a system that is often seen stacked against them.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that.
But before we get into it, it's time for a word from the sponsors of this video, Rocket Money. How many of us have come across a subscription that we forgot we had, or one that we haven't used for a long time? I know I have, especially in today's world, where looking after your money seems more important than ever. It's all too easy to lose track of these sort of things, both big and small, and end up paying for months on end for services that we no longer need. Well, today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to help. Rocket Money is the personal finance app that helps you to cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your money better. I love using Rocket Money to cancel these unwanted and forgotten subscriptions. Instead of having to go through manually locating and getting rid of them, Rocket Money can safely and securely identify them for me. It even lets me cancel them from within the app with just a couple of taps. No need to worry about the customer service calls. Rocket Money has helped save its customers an average of $720 per year, with over $500 million in canceled subscriptions.
They won't let me
try it out today and unlock more features with premium. Follow my link, rocketmoney.com/19xx, or click the link in the description to get started for free. And now, back to Jeff Fort and the El Ruckins. Real quick, around 97% of all of my viewers aren't subscribed to my channel. If you enjoy the content, please leave a like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. It really helps grow the channel. Thank you. The mid-1970s marked a turning point for Jeff Fort. Incarceration for many is a time of reflection.
What up, Hector?
And for Fort, it was no different.
What up, Hector?
During his time
Shout
in
out
prison,
Big Hector.
Fort was introduced to the teachings of Islam.
Shout
it
out
provided
Big
a structure, sense of purpose, a new direction for his life, and a new vision for his gang. Upon his release, Fort emerged with a new purpose. He rebranded the gang, giving it a name that reflected its new ethos, El Ruckins, an Arabic term meaning foundation. It was symbolic of the new path he envisioned for the group, one that was rooted in faith and community service. The El Ruckins, under Fort's guidance, began to incorporate Islamic practices into their daily lives. Prayer sessions became a common sight, and the gang's headquarters echoed with the sound of Quranic verses. However, this shift did not go unnoticed. Law enforcement, already wary of the group's influence, now viewed them with increased suspicion. This new identity, while bringing them close as a community, also set the stage for the challenges that lay ahead. As the El Ruckins grew in influence and stature, they inevitably drew the attention of the U.S. government. The 1980s saw a heightened focus on organized crime and street gangs, and the El Ruckins, with their unique blend of criminal activity and religious fervor, were squarely in the crosshairs. The government's pursuit was relentless. The El Ruckins were under constant surveillance, and in 1983, their worst fears were realized. Jeff Fort, the charismatic leader who transformed the gang and given it a new purpose, was once again behind bars. Determined to dismantle the group from the inside out, the government introduced a new tool in their arsenal, a wiretap on Fort's prison phone. Every conversation was now laid bare for the authorities. The wiretap provided a window into El Ruckins' operations, their plans, and most importantly, their connection to larger, more sinister plots. Fort navigated the challenges of prison life, unaware of the extent to which his privacy had been invaded. The wiretap will be a game changer, setting the stage for a series of events that would shake the very foundation of the El Ruckers and challenge their place in the annals of Chicago history. As the 1980s progressed, the El Ruckers' ambitions extended beyond the streets of Chicago, reaching across the vast expanse of the Atlantic to the deserts of Libya.
Shout out to
The
Community
wiretap
Boy.
on Ford's prison phone began to pick up conversations that hinted at a connection far more alarming than anyone had anticipated. Whispers of dealings with Libyan terrorists began to circulate. The El Ruckers, it seemed, had their sights set on a global stage. But what could a street gang from Chicago possibly want with a North African nation? The answer lay in Jet Force aspirations. Inspired by Louis Farrakhan's financial support from the Libyan leader, Muammar Gaddafi, Fort saw an opportunity. If Farrakhan could secure millions from Gaddafi, why couldn't the El Ruckers? With the financial might of a nation behind them, the possibilities were endless. The U.S. government grew increasingly alarmed. The potential threat posed by a street gang with ties to a foreign nation known for its support of terrorism was too significant to ignore. The FBI, recognizing the gravity of the situation, swung into action, devising a plan to ensnare the El Ruckers. They introduced an undercover agent into the group's inner circle, posing as an arms dealer with connections to terrorist networks. The agent offered the gang a weapon of immense power, an M72 series light anti-tank weapon. The implication was clear. This was not just a transaction. It was an invitation to commit a terrorist act on American soil. The El Ruckers, blinded by ambition and the allure of Gaddafi's promised wealth, took the bait. Meetings were held, plans were discussed, and the trap was set. In every conversation, every handshake, every exchange was meticulously recorded by the FBI. The sting operation provided the U.S. government with the evidence it needed to act against the El Ruckers. But more than that, it revealed the extent of the gang's ambitions and the lengths they were willing to go to achieve them. The line between street crime and international terrorism had been blurred.
Shout
This
out
got
Good
him
Energy. Let's say.
400,000 views on literally the same exact video. And if you're doing podcasts and if you're cutting up clips,
As their ambitions grew, so did their audacity. Their dealings were no longer confined to the shadows of Chicago's alleyways. They were now operating on an international stage. The next chapter would take place far from the streets of Chicago, in the tropical backdrop of Panama. Word reached the El Ruckers of a meeting, a rendezvous with the Libyan representatives. The promise? A deal that would solidify their partnership and provide them with the resources they so desperately sought. In a Panamanian hotel, a pact was forged. The Libyans, representing the interests of Gaddafi, made their proposition clear. Commit a terrorist act on U.S. soil, and in return, receive a hefty sum of cash and a supply of cocaine. It was a deal that would seal the El Ruckers' fate. Even as they shook hands with their Libyan counterparts, little did they know that their actions were being closely monitored. (1987), the year that would see culmination of the U.S. government's pursuit of the El Ruckers. The stage was set for one of the most sensational trials in American history, with the nation's eyes fixed on Chicago's courtroom. From the outset, it was clear that this was no ordinary trial. The atmosphere was thick with tension and anticipation, and as attendees made their way into the courtroom, they were met with metal detectors and state police dogs patrolling the corridors. Amidst this heightened security, it was the El Ruckers themselves who commanded the most attention.
Johnny D.
A distinctive attire set them apart, a bold statement of their identity and defiance. Red fezzes adorned their heads, while their bodies were draped in white flowing robes, fur coats, and cornrows. The trial was a media frenzy. Reporters jostled for the best positions, their cameras capturing every moment. The prosecutor's opening statement set the tone. This case concerns organized crime with a twist of terrorism. As the proceedings began, the weight of the evidence against the El Ruckins became clear. The wiretaps, the sting operation, the meetings in Panama. It all painted a picture of a gang that had overreached, blinded by ambition and greed. But as the evidence was presented, they remained defiant. Central to the prosecution's argument was the El Ruckins' connection to Libya. Through a series of recordings, documents, and testimonies, they painted a picture of a gang that had not only sought financial gain, but had also been willing to commit acts of terror on American soil for a foreign power. The wiretap conversations from Fort's prison phone played a pivotal role. The jury listened intently as Fort's voice echoed through the courtroom, discussing plans, deals, and the promise of wealth from Gaddafi. The recordings provided a rare insight into the inner workings of the gang and their international ambitions. Witnesses were called, each adding another layer to the prosecution's case. Undercover agents recounted their interactions with the El Ruckins, detailing the gang's eagerness to procure weapons and their discussions about potential targets. The testimony from the sting operation was particularly damning, with agents describing how the group had been willing to purchase an anti-weapon for a terrorist act. But perhaps the most compelling evidence was the account of the meetings in Panama. The prosecution presented a timeline, corroborated by hotel records, flight details, and witness testimonies that placed them in direct contact with Libyan representatives. As the days turned into weeks, the weight of the evidence seemed insurmountable. The El Ruckins, once feared and revered on the streets of Chicago, were now on the defensive, battling not just for their freedom, but for their very legacy.
And a verdict in the fall.
The courtroom was packed to capacity as the trial neared its conclusion. The jury returned with their verdict: guilty. The courtroom erupted, a mix of relief, shock, and disbelief. The formidable gang that had once held Chicago in its grips had been brought to justice. The aftermath of the trial was swift and decisive. Key members, including Jeff Fort, faced lengthy prison sentences. Their assets were seized, their operation disrupted, and their influence on the streets of Chicago began to wane. In the wake of the verdict, questions began to emerge about the conduct of the prosecution. Allegations of prosecutorial misconduct surfaced, casting a shadow over what had been hailed as a significant victory against organized crime. Rumors of bribes, coercion, and the suppression of evidence began to circulate, tainting the integrity of the trial. As investigations into these allegations deepened, startling revelations came to light. It was discovered that some witnesses, key to the prosecution's case, had been provided with drugs and other favors while in custody. The fallout was immediate and far-reaching. Several El Ruckin drug cases, previously seen as open and shut, were re-examined. In some instances, convictions were overturned, leading to the release of members who had been incarcerated based on questionable evidence. In the aftermath of the trial, and the subsequent revelation of the El Ruckins began to fade into the annals of history. Their presence, marked by graffiti, gatherings, and the distinct red fezzes, became a rare sight. Other gangs, sensing the power vacuum, moved in, staking their claims and reshaping the dynamics of Chicago's gangland. For the residents of Chicago, the diminishing presence of the El Ruckins was met with mixed emotions. While many breathed a sigh of relief, free from the grip of the gang's influence, others remembered the sense of community and protection they once provided. For all their flaws, they had been a known entity, a predictable force. Their decline brought with it a new era of uncertainty. Today, the El Ruckins exist mostly in memories and stories, a testament to the transient nature of the power and influence. While their legacy is undeniable, their once mighty empire is a reminder that even the most formidable can fade, given time and circumstance. As the years pass and the world continues to evolve, the story of the El Ruckins serves as a cautionary tale. It reminds us of the ever-present challenges of urban life, the complexities of global politics, and the thin line that separates ambition from overreach. In the chapters of American history, the El Ruckins will forever be remembered, not just for their crimes, but for the profound impact they had on the nation's psyche.
That was
The
a good one
all-new
right there.
GoDaddy Arrow helps you get your business
That was-
online
that
in
was the end
minutes
of that
with the
one,
power of AI.
Yeah, that was
With
the
the
end of that
perfect
one right
name.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the end of that one right there, man. That was a good one though, man. You talking about that was Jeff? So that was Jeff Ford messing with Gaddafi, linked in with Gaddafi.
Yeah.
He was trying to get some. They was trying to give him some rocket launchers and shit, boy. And that's when the feds jumped in. You know.
But the thing
boy, you start talking about rocket launchers, boy. You already know they start to tap.
The government wants to dismantle them anyway. They don't want nothing black united to survive, bro. If you together, they want you to be separated. Just kind of like we was reading yesterday in the book. They want to keep us separated, so they looking for any reason to separate us. That nigga wasn't no terrorist. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, they've been.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna paint the picture for. That's their reason to go fuck with them.
What up, Dre?
You know, shout out Dre. You know, that's the reason they paint those pictures, so they can go. In their mind, they right where they go do it. But
absolutely,
we know
absolutely.
we know they fucked up when they go do it. So, but it's all good, man. You know, the guys still much love and respected. At the same time, you can't keep a real nigga down. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Everything he did, everything he did, is still moved forward. It might have changed up over the years, but it still moved forward. You know what I'm saying? So, they always doing that.
Timing too, you know what I mean? About what time, around what time that shit was happening. You know, them back in the no good times back then. You know what I'm
that
saying?
was like probably the 80s and 70s, probably.
Yeah.
About the 80s, 70s.
That was around that time, and they like, come on, man. They was really trying to protect their community and, you know what I'm saying, serve their community and do shit like that. You know what I mean? People try to paint Gaddafi out to be a bad person too. And I'm sure in his eyes, he was doing the right thing for his people.
You know, Gaddafi was doing the right thing. The thing with Gaddafi, when you was over there with Gaddafi, nigga, you didn't have to pay. You didn't have to pay no rent.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. They didn't have to pay for college. None of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He was taking care of his people. Yeah, he was taking care of his people over there.
Uh-huh.
America went over there and did the same thing when they killed him, like they did Saddam. They going over there for the oil and gold. They going over there to take the oil and gold because they done messed up all our gold that we had.
Yeah, and then Gaddafi was one of them ones was talking about uniting, you know, Africa and in that gold and shit like that.
He was going to put a lot of money behind black people over here.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't want that because they don't want us to elevate. They want to keep us at a level where they got to feed us. So we need them. They don't want us to surpass them.
Oh, that's what it was. They said they killed him, right? He said they killed him because he was finna open up banks and back it with the natural resources from Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna shut their money down. Cause they ain't got no gold. They ain't got no gold. America fucked off all the gold. They just stole from everybody the gold and silver. They done fucked it off.
And Africa got plenty.
Yep. Gaddafi had a bunch of it. Like a bunch of gold. Like bricks of gold. Shit.
Yeah. Libya got plenty natural resources. The whole continent of Africa, still, much as everybody that robbed from Africa, bro, they still got plenty of resources, bro. Natural resources in their ground.
That's why they trying to get over there and control it, because they know it's so much stuff over there. If they can get over there and control it, then they got all the shit. You know, it's the same shit, man. Them motherfuckers evil, bro.
But they gonna come to the end. You gotta come to the end. What goes up must come down. You know?
Yeah, but when is the end gonna come?
We might not see it. We might just see the shift. We might not be here for the whole thing. We might just see the shift.
It's like singing one of them slave songs. Change don't come.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just waiting on it. It ain't came, but we still singing that same song. Sometimes
No,
you got to take action.
we ain't falling for the same tricks, are we? You think so?
Yeah, we falling for the same tricks. They just
So
give us a little bit.
we went backwards then, huh?
I ain't gonna say we went backwards. I just say we kind of at a standstill because we ain't went farther.
Yeah.
You know, it looked like dude said, it looked like we got freedom, but we really ain't free. When you buy shit, you don't really own shit. You don't own your house.
And anytime they get ready, they can take your ass down.
Yeah. Especially if they declare martial law, they can come take everybody's shit. They start taking shit from motherfuckers. Yeah.
And that's crazy. It's like you can get rich, but you can never be over the law.
No, you're not. Yeah, you can if you're white.
If
you're the right white.
You're white, right, damn near bright.
Yeah, you can get over that bitch.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They'll make an example out of some here and there, but you know, they gonna most of the time they gonna just use the one few they make an example out of just to make an example and let the other one skate.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, facts, bro. Fact. That's how I feel about the situation, though, bro. It just like, bro, it don't matter how much right you can be trying to do in your mind, bro. They can always take your ass down.
Mm-hmm. It's a dirty world we live in.
No matter how many links you they say he linked up with a dictator. You know, dictators frowned upon. When you say that dictator word is frowned upon.
No.
In the Western world.
Yeah, the only reason it's frowned upon because they really want to control everything. America is a dictator.
Yeah.
They always in somebody's business. They're always trying to control shit. Going over here trying to steal shit.
Whatever's going on. That's a dictator, huh? You
you sending people to war for shit that they ain't got even, it ain't even no war about. You sending people doing shit like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know, getting innocent young kids killed because you don't care. It's because y'all got y'all hidden agenda. You want to go over here and steal all this oil, but you're gonna make it like that ain't what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they got weapons of mass destruction. So we going over there to go get the weapons.
Figure it out.
Yeah, they're gonna figure it out. Shit.
They're gonna figure it out one way or another. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's crazy though, bro. It's just crazy. But you're right, bro. I mean, they say what? We a democracy because you like vote, ain't that you vote for certain shit, so that's like a democracy. You know what I mean?
But our vote don't count. Our vote don't count. At the end of the day, we turning all the motherfucking votes in. They still picking who the fuck they want up there.
How do you get punished? And then how do you get when you get punished, bro? They take your rights away. How the fuck you get punished and they take your rights away? So you just become a half a human, more and more and more. So you born with your rights, and that's all you got to offer us, really. Your time and your rights. Once we take your time, that come with your rights too. Now,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So we got a bunch of half motherfuckers, half citizens running around this motherfucker.
They take your right to vote, your right for a gun, right to do shit, your passport.
So all these motherfuckers, what they think don't even mean nothing to them. Don't even mean nothing. That's crazy.
The thing is, you can't take what God given you. God gave you rights, and people want to control what God gave you. You can't take my God given rights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Facts. But it just crazy is that's what they choose to take away from a nigga, man. They choose to take away your time, to take away your rights, and then you gotta wait a certain amount of time to get them rights back, and then you gotta pay to get your rights back. They sell you your rights back. Ain't that something? After they take them bitches from you, they sell them bitches back to you.
Yeah.
You got to get your shit expunged. You got to get your shit you got to pay to get all. So you got to go through their system and pay to get your rights back. And this is shit that we born with. We damn near 40 years, this nigga's 40 years old still trying to get their rights back.
And
50,
ain't no
trying to
guarantee
get
you
those
gonna get
rates
them back.
Huh?
Ain't no guarantee you gonna get them back.
It ain't no guarantee you're gonna get them back, fam.
Cause I already tried. Well, I ain't tried, but I was talking to some lawyers, nigga, and they was like, "Shit, it's gonna cost about 17 bands, and there ain't no guarantee."
Like,
shit.
bro, why do we even have a fucking such thing as a license? We shouldn't have no fucking license. ID should be enough. Motherfucker, I got an ID.
You don't even really have to have that. You go down
Really,
the thing.
bro, why do I even need any of that shit to drive a car? The car works. I can drive. As long as I don't have any accidents. Now, if I have an accident, that's where the shit should be like, okay, well, my shit is not, you know what I'm saying, good for the road or some shit, then maybe that's okay. But man, my nigga, come on, my nigga, they steady taking money out your pocket, out of our pocket, bro. Every month, every year. Your car, register, your license. You gotta buy it, renew it. You know what I'm saying? These are all the things that they gonna sell back to you once they take it, once you give it to them.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because I'm sure whatever the hell you doing, you probably doing it because of your living standards.
Yeah, just like the committee boy said, traveling and driving is different. You know, when you driving, like working, you gotta have a driver license. But if you traveling, you really ain't gotta have no license. That's why you see a lot of people don't be refusing that shit. But sometimes it don't turn out the way they want it because the laws are bullies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But once you start learning, the law though, and even though they bully you, now they in trouble for a lawsuit. As long as you know what you know what I'm saying, know what you're talking about. If you learn that law, know what you're talking about, the motherfuckers will leave you alone. Say for real. That's why I tell motherfuckers to get them a Black Law dictionary, because motherfucking words that you say can mean like 5, 6 different meanings, especially when it comes to law. So you got to know the right words to say and everything. I got like 3 Black Law dictionaries. You know what I'm saying? I be hitting them sometime. I ain't hit them like I used to. I'm gonna get back on them. It's a lot of other shit be going on through a nigga head, but everybody should have them a Black Law dictionary and study the words and pay attention to the words, because they mean different things when it comes to law. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
man,
you gotta be up on game.
Got to be up on game, bro. Definitely got to be up on game for sure. For sure, bro. You know what I'm saying? What's the next video you want to go into?
The next video is pew, pew, pew. Oh no, that ain't the next video.
What's good, 400? What's good, Slim? What's
the next
good,
video
Big Boy
is
TV? What's good?
The next video is the civil rights. The civil rights.
Civil rights.
All right,
bet.
The civil rights era black men terrified the Ku Klux Klan.
Okay. So
that's the next video.
These are multiple different people, huh?
Oh,
shout out!
Shit, I don't know if it's the same people that we were just talking about, because shit, just niggas here terrified motherfuckers. Shit.
Yeah. You gotta share your screen.
Yeah, okay. You took my screen down? You should have left it in the backstage. I thought it was still in the backstage.
I thought it was too.
Yeah, you took it down. We good?
We good. I see it right there.
See, that's the thing. People feel what they don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand us. Shout out Big Boy TV, Hanky TV, 400 Gang. They feel what they don't know, and by us being black, we are dominant people. We good-hearted people at heart, man. Like, we still look out for people even though we ain't got shit. You know what I'm saying? And the white people know that. That's why they treat us the way they do us. You know, and we still fuck with them and look at them like cool people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they want to be us. They hate us so much because they want to be us. We so great at everything we do. You know what I'm saying? We done invented so much. We done invented toilets, the light, first open heart surgery, all type of shit we done did that they took credit for that they didn't do. So they
Absolutely.
just really just hate us as people, man. Like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let,
Facts.
let me know when you want me to run it and I'll run it.
Nigga, you can go ahead and run that shit. Run that shit.
What the fuck? Yoda, where the video go?
You took it down, bro. Something happened. You took it down, bro.
I didn't take it down. The motherfucker disappeared, nigga.
I don't know what happened to the video.
Cause it's still playing. It was still playing. I can still hear it. I ain't taking nothing down.
I can't see shit.
There we go. Again. Let's do it again.
Influential leaders like Martin Luther King Jr.,
It's up there now?
Malcolm X, and Rosa.
Yeah, it's up there right now. Start it over.
We'll explore a lesser-known group of
That was it,
African
the beginning
American.
of it.
Okay.
The civil rights era in the United States is marked racial segregation and discrimination against African Americans.
All right, bet, Hank.
Influential leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and Rosa Parks. In this video, we'll explore a lesser-known group of African American men who instilled fear in the Ku Klux Klan during the peak of the civil rights movement in Louisiana. Let's delve into their courageous story. In 1964, during Freedom Summer, a period of intensive voter education and organizing for registration, particularly in Mississippi, the Congress of Racial Equality, CORE, founded a Freedom House in Jonesboro. This move was met with disapproval from the Ku Klux Klan, which did not appreciate white activists staying there. Consequently, the Freedom House became a target for frequent attacks, along with several church burnings aimed at intimidating the Black community. Formation of the Deacons of Defense and Justice. Before the formal establishment of the Deacons of Defense and Justice, two groups in Jonesboro were already working to defend African Americans. One group, led by Ernest Thomas and Percy Lee Bradford, acted as sentinels outside the Freedom House, ensuring the security of the community. Frederick Douglass Kirkpatrick, a high school teacher, organized another group of volunteers to monitor police arrests of African Americans. Around this time, CORE started demonstrating against the segregation of the Jonesboro Public Library and a public swimming pool. In response, the Ku Klux Klan and local police planned a caravan to intimidate the demonstrators and the African American population. The Ku Klux Klan inflicted terror upon Black neighborhoods, resorting to intimidation, violence, and even murder. Recognizing the need to defend members of CORE and to protect their families and communities from Klan brutality, a group of African American men, led by Ernest Chilly Willie Thomas and Frederick Douglass Kirkpatrick, formed the Deacons for Defense and Justice on July 10, 1964.
Shout out, Judd.
Defense and Justice were an armed self-defense organization. Most of the Deacons were veterans of both the Korean War and World War II, with the help of Charles Sims, Arizona. Young and Robert Hicks, the Jonesboro chapter established its first associate chapter in the nearby city of Bogalusa, Louisiana. Eventually, a third chapter was formed in Louisiana. The Deacons' impact and success, in order to get the federal government on behalf of the local African American population, the Deacons heeded.
Yes, my shit glitched real quick. God damn. My shit all right. My shit all right. Okay. I think I'm right. Shit, nigga. All right. I'm back.
Shout out Judd. Would you want me to run it?
Judd. Yeah, run it.
Standoff with the Klan in Bogalusa was essential. State and federal officials launched initiatives to disarm the Klan in that region of the Deep South as a result of the attention they received on a national scale. The Deacons represented a new face of the civil rights movement because they were one of the first observable self-defense groups in the South. Traditional civil rights groups either said nothing about them or condemned their actions. However, they were successful in protecting local black and white civil rights activists, as well as African Americans who wanted to register to vote. For instance, the Deacons offered security during the 1966 March Against Fear that traveled from Memphis to Jackson, Mississippi. Additionally, their presence in southeastern Louisiana meant that the Klan would no longer have unopposed access to the local African Americans whom they could threaten and intimidate. The clash in Bogalusa, Louisiana. In the sweltering summer of 1965, Bogalusa, Louisiana, became the backdrop for one of the most intense and violent clashes between two opposing forces, the Deacons for Defense and Justice and the Ku Klux Klan. For years, the Klan had been terrorizing the black community, instilling fear through intimidation, violence, and heinous acts of brutality. But the Deacons had reached a breaking point and decided that they could no longer stand idly by. Led by Charles Sims, a former paratrooper, and comprising a group of approximately 25 armed men with shotguns, rifles, and pistols, the Deacons were ready to confront the Klan head-on. As they approached a Klan assembly on that fateful day, the Deacons knew the risks they were taking. They were up against a formidable adversary known for its hate-filled ideology and vicious tactics. But the Deacons were undeterred, their determination and courage evident as they stood their ground, ready to defend their town and their community. As the Klan members gathered, their hoods and robes added an eerie and menacing aura, making them appear like an ominous army. The tension in the air was palpable, and the atmosphere was charged with hostility. The Klan members, emboldened by their hateful beliefs, began to march menacingly toward the Deacons, chanting vile slogans and brandishing Confederate flags. The confrontation reached a boiling point when both groups met in the middle of the street. Shouts and screams filled the air as anger and fear clashed in a fierce and chaotic showdown. Then, the deafening sound of gunfire erupted, and the streets became a battleground. The Deacons and the Klan fired shots from behind trees and shrubs, their resolve unwavering as they fought for their respective causes.
Who wants to start throwing stones?
You gotta watch this video. It's making us watch it.
What do you do for a homesick Texan working at the top of the world?
Amidst the chaos, a moment of bravery and selflessness emerged from one of the Deacons. Spotting a group of Klan members approaching a nearby church where black children were attending Sunday school, he knew he had to act swiftly. Without hesitation, he sprinted towards the church, determined to protect the innocent youngsters. With unwavering resolve, he opened fire, taking them down one by one. The other Deacons, witnessing their comrades' courage, rushed to the church to provide backup and support. The scene was now a chaotic and bloody mess, with bodies littering the street and thick smoke filling the air. But the Deacons had emerged victorious, having shown the Klan that they were not to be trifled with, that they would defend their community and loved ones with unyielding determination. As they left the scene, the Deacons couldn't help but contemplate the journey they had undertaken. They had started as a small group of men, driven by the desire to confront the Klan's tyranny and defend their community. Now, they stood as a formidable force, a symbol of resistance against violence and bigotry. The Deacons had proven that they would fight for what was right, even when faced with the ugliest aspects of humanity. The clash in Bogalusa marked a turning point for the Deacons for Defense and Justice. Their courage and resilience gained national attention, inspiring other black communities to establish their own self-defense groups. The federal government, too, took notice, initiating actions to curb the Klan's activities in the region. The Deacons' impact was undeniable, a powerful testament to the strength that comes from unity and determination. Legacy of the Deacons of Defense and Justice. After the Deacons successfully drove the Klan from Bogalusa, other black communities started their own self-defense organizations as a result of their success. The incident also attracted the attention of the federal authorities, which started to take action against the Klan's activities in the region. The altercation at the Bogalusa rally served as a turning point for the Deacons, who rose to prominence as one of the nation's most successful black self-defense organizations. They kept defending their neighborhoods from the violence of white supremacists, and their memory endures as a representation of Black tenacity and resistance. However, their methods were not without controversy. Even among nonviolence proponents in the civil rights movement, the Deacons' methods raised some debate. Some in the civil rights movement questioned their use of force, preferring nonviolent approaches. Yet the Deacons argued that they had no other choice and that they were fighting for their very lives and the lives of their loved ones. Their strategies were successful. After the Deacons arrived on the scene, there was a dramatic drop in Ku Klux Klan violence in Louisiana. In fact, the Klan even requested a truce from the Deacons, admitting that they would be unable to carry out their plan to terrorize the Black community any longer. All of the Deacons' violent confrontations with the Klan throughout the summer of 1965 were to secure federal action. These strategies were effective when, in July 1965, rising violence between the Deacons and the Klan in Bogalusa prompted the federal government to require local police agencies to protect civil rights activists in accordance with Reconstruction-era statutes. The Deacons also launched a regional organizing drive, founding a total of 46 affiliates and 21 formal chapters in other locations. Lasting influence on the struggle for civil rights and the path for self-defense organizations. Finally, the group was only around for a brief while. It disbanded in 1968. The problems facing Blacks in the North and the emergence of the Black Power movement in 1966 were given more national attention during that time. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, was alerted to and concerned by the strategy and tactics used by the Deacons, and it subsequently approved an investigation into their operations. When more powerful Black Power groups like the U.S. and the Black Panther Party arose after the 1965 Watts riot, the inquiry, however, came to a halt. The FBI and the general public's focus turned away from the Deacons, who gradually lost most of their prominence and power. Despite not being a well-known figure in the history of the civil rights movement, the Deacons for Defense and Justice left a lasting influence. They demonstrated that African Americans could and would defend their rights in the face of hostile violence. They helped tip the scales in the struggle for civil rights and prepared the path for additional self-defense organizations like the Black Panther Party. In 2003, a documentary titled Deacons for Defense shed light on the efforts and impact of the Deacons, ensuring that their story and legacy would be remembered and celebrated. Although the Deacons' presence may have been brief, their impact and contributions to the struggle for civil rights continue to resonate today. As we reflect on the brave actions of the Deacons for Defense and Justice, we see the power of standing up for what's right, even against overwhelming odds. Their story holds a significant place in the annals of the civil rights movement, underscoring the fact that African Americans refused to be mere victims of oppression. Instead, they actively defended their rights and dignity. If you enjoyed this video, show your support with a like and subscribe to our channel to explore more captivating content. Thank you and see you next time.
See what I'm saying? This shit the people that ain't been knowing, man. This is real shit. See, it left again.
I took it off.
Okay.
That was the end of the video. I took it off.
Okay. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people just know about the Black Panthers and shit. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know about the Deacons of defense. You know what I mean? And knowing that was that before then. That was back what they said in the 40s, 50s.
That was about the 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
It might even been the 70s.
Yeah, they said the Black Panthers popped up after the Watts riot.
Yeah. So it goes back to the 50s, 60s, somewhere around there.
So, you know what I mean? This is good history this is good history that we need to pass on, bro. We got to let people know that there was people that was out there, fam, that was actually fighting for our people. They wasn't just terrorizing us. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We was out there doing our thing too. You know what I mean? Pitting belt the ass too now. You know what I mean? And it's good to hear. You know what I'm saying? It's good to hear. Like, like my pops be telling me, like, you know what I mean? He always tell me, like, nigga, don't think that the story was just one-sided, fam. It was it's the narrator. What's good, Two-Tone? You know what I'm saying? It's the narrator. You know what I mean? That's what I think. You know what I mean? You see it from who's telling the story. Nigga got to think about that too. The person that's telling the story. You know what I mean? Is he the one that came off? Is he the one of the ones that came off on the boat on chains, or he the one that got on the boat to go conquer? You know what I'm saying? So, for real, you say you got pulled over today. God damn, Two-Tone.
Shout out Two-Tone.
Gotta ask for real why we showed this for real. You know, we got Nat Turner. We got all type of shit we gotta be dropping gems on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're gonna get around to it, man. As long as you stick around and hang around, you're gonna get a lot of good jewels, man. We're gonna have them coming.
Yeah, we're gonna have it coming now. We're gonna have it coming. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have that good substance, man. And you know, we'll be on the bullshit when we on that belt to ass shit, but you know, when we on that YOLO shit, we gotta because you know, YOLO, you only live once, so you gotta stay learning all the time, bro. You gotta always stay putting some fat on your head all the time, bro. No Diddy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For real. So I mean that's how I feel. You know.
Yeah, they was doing good work, man. And you know, with anything good, the government get in there and destroy it. Like I was saying, they don't want us to be united. They'd rather have us divided. You know.
Yeah.
Long as they keep us divided, they win. Well, if we all can come together, this world will be in shit. They wouldn't know what to do with us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We'll be like way above everybody because we actually some smart motherfuckers. Even the dumbest of us are some smart motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
They just want to keep us dumbed down in the box. If they keep us in that box, they know we can't surpass them, and that's what they don't want. You know. It's sad, but it's true.
They don't want no even ground, bro. They don't want to play, you know, the game like even, bro. They always want to, you know what I'm saying, handicap match. They always want a handicap match, man. 3-on-1, 5-on-1, 10-on-1, 10-on-2, 20-on-5. Nigga, it's always a handicap match with them, bro. It's never fair. It's always some trickery. It's always some trickery, bro. When it comes to that bullshit, bro. It's always some trickery, my nigga. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit. What's that next one you say?
The next one is Brothers of Struggle, a street game on a U.S. air base in Germany.
Oh shit, them niggas on air bases. Them niggas in the military.
Yeah, they in the military.
So okay. So we done took them niggas to gangland with Jeff Ford. You know what I'm saying?
But we can't call them niggas gangland.
Well, we took them to the Righteous Brothers. We had the Righteous Brothers. We had the Righteous Brothers. You know what I'm saying? With Jeff Ford. You know what I'm saying? And then we had the Civil Rights Brothers with the Deacons of Defense. And now we got military brothers on some gangbanging shit.
Yeah. It's just getting, as it goes, it's just getting crazier and crazier.
It just get crazy and crazy, bro. It just get crazy and crazy, bro. Oh, you can hit the skip button already, right?
No, I ain't hit the skip button yet. I'm waiting till you ready.
Oh, yeah. We good. We good.
That local recording.
In 2005.
on the night of July 3rd, 2005. Sergeant Rico Williams and 8 other soldiers gathered in a park pavilion in the small town of Hohennecken near the Ramstein Air Base and killed 25-year-old Sergeant Juwan Johnson. Evidence presented at trial showed that Williams and others beat Sergeant Johnson with punches and kicks for roughly 6 minutes. The 25-year-old Sergeant Johnson of Baltimore had served the U.S. in an 18-month tour of Iraq, where he was seriously injured by a roadside bomb. He recuperated from his injuries and was nearing the end of his service in Germany, where he was stationed with the Army 66th Transportation Company. It was here he died at the hands of his comrades. Real quick, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. The channel has been in a slump the last few months, and this makes a huge difference. Also, consider joining my free Discord to learn how to make documentaries like this one, or like any of your favorite YouTube doc creators yourself.
My man is so sexy with his clean-shaved head.
Baldies can't get enough of the Baldy Pro.
The U.S. military is a microcosm of society, and being so, the FBI estimates that 1 to 2% of the U.S. military belongs to up to 53 different gangs. That's 50 to 100 times the rate in the general population. Some gangs even actively encourage their members to join the military to learn warfare techniques. Prominent gangs like the Bloods, Crips, Black Disciples, Hells Angels, the 18th Street Gang, Mara Salvatrucha, or MS-13, and the Vice Lords have a documented presence in the military bases, both domestic and international. But also, and more relevantly to today's story, the Gangster Disciples. In the dark and mysterious world of true crime, where every click could lead down a rabbit hole of intrigue, safeguarding your online presence is paramount. Enter Aura, the sponsor of today's video, and your ally in the fight against cyber threats. Cutting-edge military-grade encryption and an extensive global network of servers, Aura ensures that your digital footprint remains completely private, whether you're delving into the depths of infamous cases or simply browsing the web. Aura shields your IP address from prying eyes, preserving your anonymity and protecting your privacy. But it doesn't stop there. Aura boasts lightning-fast speeds and intuitive apps compatible with all of your devices, ensuring seamless connectivity, locally or abroad. Take control of your online security with Aura and browse with confidence, knowing that your data is safeguarded every step of the way. Go to aura.com/19xx or click the link in the description below to start your free trial today. For anyone that isn't familiar, the Gangster Disciple Nation is an African-American street and prison gang formed in 1968 by teenagers Larry Hoover of the Supreme Gangsters and David Barksdale of the Black Disciples. After years of war, the two rival gangsters united together to form the Black Gangster Disciple Nation. But since 1989, with Hoover serving life and Barksdale long dead, a lack of leadership caused friction between the two gangs. The BGDN is now divided into the Gangster Disciple Nation and the Black Disciple Nation. Both often get a mention in Chicago homicide reports or Chicago drill music. But far from the trenches of Southside Chicago, a sect of GDs had found camaraderie on an army base in Germany. A 29-year-old Sergeant Rico Williams had been stationed at Ramstein Air Force Base as an airman in the United States Air Force since around 2001. He was discharged for medical reasons in May 2005, but remained at Ramstein as a dependent of his wife, Octavia, who was also an airman. Not much info is available on Sergeant Rico Williams' background, but it's known that at Ramstein Air Force Base, he led a gang of soldiers and airmen in a sect of the Gangster Disciples, called the Brothers of Struggle. Williams had killed before, or so he claimed, and he made sure to remind his subordinates often. Though they didn't partake in any of the gangsterisms typical of Chicago GDs, members paid dues. Sergeant Williams was also known to collect members' families' contact information. They addressed each other not by their military titles, but by their nicknames of Ty, T, Rome, Ray, Set, Pee-wee, Dunk, Nicky, and, as Sergeant Juwan Johnson was known, J-Rock. There were 3 ways to join the Brothers of Struggle in Kaiserslautern: getting jumped in, a thorough sustained beating, getting blessed in, a special pass that only Sergeant Williams could grant. And lastly, getting in, self-explanatory. A jumping in was meant to be a test of heart and fortitude because there was zero tolerance for weakness in a street gang. Blows were to be landed with fists and only between the neck and the waist. The initiate was forbidden from defending themselves in any way. During the jump-in, initiates were asked repeatedly if they wanted to proceed. If they said no, the initiation ended. The BOS had performed around 15 to 18 jump-ins before J-Rocks, but no new member had ever been hospitalized or killed. Sergeant Johnson's mother had raised him to avoid the street life in Baltimore because she came from it and knew its pitfalls. On one of his visits home, she had him visit a street corner just to see how the same people he left hanging out there years ago were still there. To his mother and his wife, the mother of his 1-year-old son, he seemed like he had a good head on his shoulders and would never get involved in the gang life. But by the eve of Independence Day '05, J-Rock was now a prospective inductee to the Gangster Disciples and due for the beating of his life.
Just to get in the game.
Yeah.
That night around 8 p.m., 10 men and 1 woman gathered near a McDonald's awaiting Sergeant Johnson. After Sergeant Johnson arrived, the disciples hopped into cars, with one hopping on a motorcycle. They followed Sergeant Williams for 5 minutes down the road toward Hohenhecken. They parked at a pavilion down the path, unloaded and sat and waited for the clock to strike 9 p.m. Once it did, it was time to initiate J-Rock. The 12 made their way inside the covered, wooden pavilion. Headlights from some of the cars shined toward the pavilion to attempt to brighten the almost fully enclosed area. The GDs then circled J-Rock in the space surrounded by benches and a grill pit. Described as 6 foot tall and husky, Sergeant Williams stood in front of the 5'3", 185-pound J-Rock, with Ty and Rome at his side. T held a flashlight and a timer, not yet a GD. Letitia Nikki Ellis stood outside the circle. The jumping in ceremony began with Rico asking J-Rock if this is what he wanted. J-Rock responded with a hell yeah. Sergeant Williams landed a right-handed punch to J-Rock's left cheek that knocked him out for 30 seconds. Pee Wee and Norman helped J-Rock to his feet. Again, Sergeant Williams asked J-Rock if this is what he wanted. The concussed J-Rock responded with a slurred yes. Sergeant Williams threw another vicious right that landed in the same spot, decking J-Rock a second time. J-Rock stood up under his own power, at which point 9 disciples converged on him. Years later in court, Nikki claimed that she thought only 6 GDs would beat J-Rock because the number 6 is sacred to the disciples. Their 6-pointed star emblem represents love, life, loyalty, wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. The reason all the men present partook is still a mystery to Nikki. They pummeled J-Rock without a moment's respite. Before long, J-Rock could no longer stand. Infuriated, Sergeant Williams started to punt kick J-Rock's chest, at which point J-Rock curled on the ground in a fetal position and tried to protect his chest. The other members joined in kicking Johnson while he was on the ground. No kicking had occurred at prior jump-ins. Years later on trial, a BOS member testified that throughout the jump-in, whenever Johnson fell, he was asked, "Do you want this?" He would reply and say, "Yeah, hell yeah," or even yeah. The others picked J-Rock up and held him up, even turning him around so they could work on his back. After exactly 6 minutes and hundreds of blows, T called time, but he had to yell time 3 times before the beating stopped. The others heaved hard from exhaustion. They then embraced J-Rock in a group hug. He was officially a GD, but something was very wrong. He couldn't control his breathing, so they sat him on a bench and raised his arms over his head. There was talk of taking J-Rock to the hospital, but the consensus was it would raise too many eyebrows, and J-Rock himself said he was okay. They loaded him into his car at 10 p.m. and drove him 20 minutes to his barracks. There, they left J-Rock in the care of Army Private Florentino Cheris. J-Rock reportedly took a shower and returned to his room. Some of the disciples went to Black Sounds, a nearby club. Sometime later that night, Johnson asked to go to the hospital. Cheris first consulted with another BOS member, who called Sergeant Williams. Sergeant Williams said not to take him. Between 2 and 3 a.m., Sergeant Johnson called his wife, Kanika, and promised her that he'd be all right. He promised to call her back. Early the next morning, Nikki called Cherish to check up on J-Rock. He was okay. A little later, Cherish called back and told Nikki that J-Rock had turned blue and wasn't breathing. Cherish had found him slumped on the floor against the wall between his bed and desk. At 10:23 a.m. on July 4th, a German doctor pronounced Sergeant Jawan Lavelle Johnson dead. The cause of death? A hemorrhaging brain and heart. That afternoon, some of the GDs met for a barbecue. By then, they all knew that J-Rock was gone. Sergeant Williams cooked up a cover story. If anybody asked, a bunch of Turkish people beat up J-Rock in downtown Kaiserslautern the night before. Oh, and if anybody snitched, Williams said he would kill them and their whole family. No one doubted that Rico meant what he said. They had previously unwisely given him their family's contact information too. A few days later, Williams fled Germany and vanished for 4 years. The Air Force Office of Special Investigations will begin its investigation of the matter not long after.
Monday.com has definitely changed and improved the way we work.
Yeah.
Having a place that provides a visual of
Anybody
The SWAT
snitch,
team
cancel
located
Christmas.
Sergeant Williams in Chesapeake, Virginia in 2009.
What happened?
They say anybody snitch, cancel Christmas, nigga.
Yeah, for real.
For real, nigga. Yeah, that's what that nigga said. For real. That's crazy. Found him in America.
Yeah, I think I heard this story before.
Yeah. Yeah. You can keep
I've
it
been
going.
looking at all kind of stuff.
Yeah. I heard of this.
During the ensuing trial, Private Letitia Ellis provided an eyewitness account and the harrowing details of the events that night. She made a deal with the government in exchange for her testimony. In November 2010, Rico Rodriguez Williams was sentenced to 22 years in prison on second-degree murder and witness tampering charges. Williams was also ordered to pay $756,000 of restitution to Sergeant Johnson's estate. Williams was the sixth person to be convicted in this investigation. Airman Nicholas Sims, Army Sergeant Rodney Howe, Army Private Terrence Norman, Airman Jerome Jones, and Army Specialist Bobby Morissette were all convicted on varying charges and received jail time ranging from 2 to 12 years. Later in 2016, an appeals court reversed the murder conviction of Sergeant Williams and the restitution order as well. This was because the government prosecutor misstated the law during the trial. This court subsequently vacated the second-degree murder conviction and the restitution order based on that conviction. In 2017, Mr. Williams pled guilty to 1 count of involuntary manslaughter and witness tampering. He was resentenced to 8 years in prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release.
Damn.
The restitution amount for Sergeant Johnson's family was lowered to $100,000. Was it the 9 GDs instead of the usual 6 that ended J-Rock's life? The extended duration of the jump-in? Or were they particularly brutal on J-Rock for some unknown reason? Whatever the case, it's clear that by his own volition, the search for brotherhood and submission to a dumb, hazing ritual ended Sergeant Johnson's life, miles and oceans away from his home and family. And that's the story of Sergeant Jawan J-Rock Johnson and how he was a GD for about 12 hours.
That's cold. And they say it was a GD for 12 hours, fam.
Yeah.
That's cold, bro.
It's sad, man.
That's cold, man.
I think they was a little too aggressive. That's how I would tell the story in GEC. Like they might, I feel like they had some animosity against the man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They ain't never kicked nobody before. They kicking him and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
dirty.
But, you know, I feel like you put your feet on the motherfucker, you really don't care about him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This is the nigga that you want in your set though. If he worthy of being in the set, my nigga, why you gonna stall him out like that, bro?
And then the bad part about it, this nigga could have blessed him in without even doing that.
Yeah.
He had the power to bless him in.
Yeah.
So you could have either blessed him in, or you could have made the jump in not so aggressive. Or
6 minutes?
You know.
9 niggas.
That's too. For one, it's too many niggas. But 6 minutes is about cool.
But not 9
see,
niggas.
They can't. He couldn't fight back or nothing.
You can't squabble or nothing. Man, I don't want to get jumped in like that. I can't do no squabbling, man.
But then the thing was too, if you listen to the beginning, it was from the neck down.
Yeah, he hitting him in the chin, knocking him out.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
This nigga knocking him out, bro.
It's supposed to be from the neck down. This nigga going straight for the jaw every time. Damn, he trying to kill him. So I feel like it was some animosity in there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, you know, ain't no telling because they in the army. Ain't no telling what was going on in there. You know, all we know is what happened. We don't know what happened before then.
In the Matrix.
Yeah, there you go in the Matrix again.
Yeah, they kicking in the head and everything. Yeah, I went in the Matrix.
Picking him back up.
Yeah, they packed him out, my nigga. Feet in him, kicking him all in the head and chest and shit. Man, come on, man. What the fuck, y'all?
See, what he should have did, he should have let that nigga go to the hospital.
He ain't getting them, baby.
He should have let him go
right now.
Yeah, but he should have let the nigga go to the hospital. When they dude called and told him that he trying to go to the hospital, he should have let him go. I feel like the nigga wasn't gonna tell because the nigga wanted to be part of it.
Should have let him go to the hospital.
You know what I'm saying? So I'd have made the call and let him go. I'd have been like, don't go to the hospital because you trying to be part of it. I don't think you're gonna tell on us. You know what I'm saying?
That first yeah.
You're the Matrix, fam.
That first punch fucked him up.
Oh yeah, it did.
Emma.
It knocked all his senses loose. That first punch, if he knocked him out on that first punch, none of his shit in his head was right after that. He didn't have time to recoup or nothing. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he get back up, they punching him again. So that first punch was a deadly punch too, especially with a knockout.
Punching his ass again.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Knocking him out. Come on. That's crazy, bro. Killed that man. Family and everything. This nigga already in the military, bro. He ain't even in the streets. He in the military.
Yeah. But you know,
you gotta go back and watch the tape. They kind of beat hospital. Probably still couldn't save him.
They might could have saved him. It might would have been a hard battle, but I think if he would have went then, he might still be alive.
No, me and you ain't 7'4". I ain't no 7'4".
We got love for 7'4" though, bro.
We got love for 7'4". Lokes and folks.
I know a little bit about it. You know, I got a lot of homies. You know,
Lokes and folks. I rock out with them gangsters. We both gangsters.
Yeah, man.
Some of y'all niggas insane.
Yep.
Definitely fuck with them.
My homeboy was from St. Louis. He was an IGD.
Yeah. I definitely fuck with the IGDs.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't number one letter missing type shit.
Yeah.
Nigga, for real. And I just think that's just because of where they was created at type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Sheik. What up, Sheik?
Shout out Sheik, man. Jacksonville tap in.
That was crazy. That was a crazy story, man.
It
was a sad story too, though. You know what I'm saying? Because the nigga could have still been here right now.
Yeah.
But he wanted to be a part of something that he thought was gonna show him love.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
didn't show him no love, you know, like he thought they would.
Yeah.
They actually, it seemed like they were showing hate to the nigga, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a certain do that shit, man.
Yeah.
And that wasn't right.
Yeah. They should have just told him we ain't finna pitch you down, my nigga.
That's why I said it was something. That's why I said I think it was something behind it, because like everybody saying, that first punch.
Yeah.
that first punch. You went straight to the nigga chin. You should at least hit the nigga in the neck. It's somewhere you directly whipping a man's chin. You trying to knock him out.
Yeah,
You know, you
trying
trying to
to.
hurt it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I ain't no telling what happened. I ain't no telling what type of frustration that nigga was on. That nigga definitely had PTSD. Nigga had PTSD, my nigga, for real. That nigga definitely had PTSD. That nigga was fucked up over there. That boy fucked him up. That nigga over there trying to knock a nigga head off like that. Nigga, nah, you need to go in the field. Nigga, what the fuck? We gonna tell him the Turkish niggas beat him up at the bar.
yeah.
Y'all ain't do nothing. Y'all tell me y'all niggas ain't do nothing with them. Come on, that don't even sound right. You think they gonna believe that shit?
Yeah.
Knowing every time y'all fight, everybody fight down there. You telling me that nigga fought and y'all ain't fight?
Yeah, he got lucky with that mistake in that court because that nigga had 22. He got that bitch down to 8 something.
Yeah, that nigga won. That nigga out right now.
Yeah.
That nigga out right now.
Yeah,
I wonder
was he 2013.
Yeah, I wonder if he was a GD down there. I wonder was he a GD down there? Had to be.
Yeah, he probably was. 9 times out of 10, he was.
Yeah, he was. He had to.
Yeah, because your army career over. Shit. He probably went to jail in Germany. So that's where it happened at.
That nigga hit the girl he wanted and they put him down.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was something. I'm telling you, it was something.
Yeah. He probably hit Nikki.
I was thinking the same shit.
He probably hit Nikki. He like, Nikki like fucking with, because it was a girl named Nikki that was in the crew.
Yeah, and she was the one calling his family and shit.
All this shit here.
Yep. You know, niggas get tender behind them bitches.
Yeah, and he you get sexed in. She probably got sexed in.
Mm-hmm. They done hit her with the choo choo.
Yeah, they did it with the choo choo. He fell in love.
Mm-hmm.
He's still hitting her. He's still hitting every now and then. You know what I'm saying? And Buddy come, put that dude. You know how they be talking about down there in Baltimore. The dude and how they do it. Do.
You want some bullshit? You want some bullshit tonight?
Shit, yeah. She took the Safeway in. You got that right. No, for real. Don't want no trouble. He hitting frequently. Yeah, for real. And then when Buddy came in and hit that, you know what I'm saying? Fucked him out. Because she probably the reason why he got down anyway.
Yeah.
Man, you want to get down? He probably like, yeah, because he ain't talking to all of the niggas. That's the reason why they want to whoop the hands on him. They want to whoop him and put the feet on him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because, nigga, we ain't want you in this bitch. Nigga, she wanted you in this shit. Since she wants you in this shit, I'm going to show you what we do to a nigga that want to chase pussy into the game. And they made an example out of him.
She might have even been the one that told him to do him like that. She ain't no telling.
Ain't no telling.
No,
they ain't say she get no time though. They ain't say she got no time.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get down, you can hit it more. Look at that. Type shit. Go behind them bars, see what gang at.
They ain't there for you.
They ain't there. They ain't there for you.
That's one thing for sure. They not gonna be there for you.
Nigga say, you want to read the book, chapter 2?
Yeah, I can read chapter 2. Let me get that book out. Let me see how many pages this motherfucker. Oh, chapter 2 ain't even long. Oh, y'all ain't good for the night. We'll be through this one in no time. Chapter 2 of the book, From Niggas to Gods, Part 1. What do you mean when you ask me, are you into the black stuff? I am into the black stuff. Well, of course, I'm into all the black stuff. Fool. The matter of fact, I'm not into the black stuff. I am into the black stuff. What the fuck is it? Throwing me out. Yes, I'm into the black stuff. 24 hours a day. Of course, I'm into the black stuff. What is it? What else is there this black man to be into but his own black self? Aren't you into the black stuff? I'm sure that you are. I thought all black people were supposed to be into black stuff. What else? What else could you be into if you're not into your own black self? The opposite of black stuff is white stuff. I know. I know that you aren't into the white stuff. Now, are you? That wouldn't make any sense. Now, would it? Why would black people want to be in the white stuff? That would be silly. So, of course, I'm into black stuff, and you should be too. Don't you have any business being into any other stuff but your own black stuff? This black stuff is your stuff, and this black stuff is my stuff. So get out all that other stuff and get back into your own stuff. It only makes logical sense, doesn't it? What if I had a cat that was into dog stuff? Wouldn't that not seem a bit peculiar? What if your cat refused to take on the thoughts, actions, and characteristics of a cat? What if that cat just happened to have been kidnapped by some dogs when it was a kitten? What if these kidnapping dogs raised the kitten all of his life, the same way that they would raise their own puppies? What if this kitten grew up brainwashed, thinking that it was a dog like the other puppies? The cat knows that it doesn't look like the other dogs, but the cat tries to ignore the fact by saying that all animals are created equal. What if this happens? You know that I am not just making all this up, right? I mean, what if this cat eventually started doing everything just like the dogs that kidnapped him? What if the cat started barking at cars, burying bones in the backyard? The cat would look pretty stupid doing his dog stuff, wouldn't he? The cat would look pretty stupid to the other cats as well as to the other dogs themselves. What if the cat went so far as to try to with other dogs? Have you ever seen a cat try to do that? That would look very silly, wouldn't it? The silly brainwashed cat just running around trying to be a dog. What if one day this brainwashed cat had the nerve to walk up to another cat and say, "Are you into that cat stuff?" Wouldn't that just be hilarious? This poor brainwashed cat that thinks he's a dog got the nerve enough to question another cat about being into cat stuff. Wouldn't that be ridiculous? That poor brainwashed cat needs to be taught the knowledge of his true self so that he can stop wondering why his dog companions keep dogging him around. He can try to be a dog all day long, but he will never bark just like a dog because dogs really don't respect him. They just laugh at him.
Shut up,
At the
Rizzo.
poor, they just laugh at the poor brainwashed cat. The other cats don't respect him because he acts like a stupid, clumsy dog. They don't want him confused. They don't want this confused animal around them either. This poor cat is just lost, confused, and frustrated, while all the time wondering why. The cat is so deeply brainwashed that he can't see the obvious reasons for all of his problems and his own downfall. He is missing the forest for the trees when the answer to his problem is literally right under his nose. That cat needs to take a long, long, long look in the mirror, and so do you, for asking me that dumb question. That's the end of the chapter.
Damn.
That was a short chapter. That was a short one.
Mm.
The next chapter about, let me see, one, about 5 pages. What you want me to do?
Keep it going.
Keep it going. This next chapter is called turning the other cheek. Turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek. Love your enemies. Love your enemies. We are all God's children. Say what? Don't believe the hype. This essay is dedicated to you mentally dead, ignorant house niggas, butt kissing Negroes who are still trying to hold on to that turn the other cheek ideology that has outlived its unselfishness. This is necessary because you damn slaves won't let it die. This is a brand new black man and a brand new black woman. This generation will not stand for you and your suicidal ideologies. It is time for our people to wake up from the grave of ignorance, and you are trying to pull us back down into the coffin with you. You are dead, and your ideas are dead. Well, you can remain dead asleep while we struggle on with living. We do not need your enemy loving self. You are excess luggage. You are expendable. You have no usefulness to us. who are the righteous. Keep on loving, protecting, and defending your historical enemies. You are nothing but a two-faced, lukewarm, hypocritical slave. Turn the other cheek. Love everybody, even your enemies. You don't really believe that ideology, do you? Answer me honestly and directly, and don't say that you really do believe in this so-called peaceful ideology. Because if you say you do, then I would have to call you a liar and an extreme hypocrite. You don't really believe in turning the other cheek. You are really lying. You are really a lying hypocrite. You would go down to the march, picket, and demonstrate to the white man that you are a devil damn fool so that he could tell you no to whatever it is that you are begging for. And then he will sick his police dogs on you and beat you in the head with his club or his nigger stick while you while you just smiling and turning the other cheek. Every time you turn your black cheek, he kicking you in the butt cheek. You are just a psychotic as your enemy is. Blood pouring down the side of your head while you just loving your enemies and turning your cheeks. You are just crazy, suicidal, idiot, and hypocritical. You are a hypocrite because you turn the other cheek ideology really only applies to the white folks. You only turn your to white folks, but you don't turn your cheek to black folks. Yes, this is true and actual and factual. These same bread dead niggas will come home from downtown, all bandaged up, bruised up, and bloodied up, and they forget all about turning the other cheek. The same so-called peace-loving, non-violent Negro will become violent in their own neighborhood. If that same hypocritical so-called non-violent Negro was walking down the street and I walked up to him and screamed the word nigga as I started beating him with a club, that same non-violent Negro would try to kill me by any means necessary. This is the absolute truth. You are a hypocrite. A white man will spit in your face and you will turn the other cheek. But if a black man just looks at you the wrong way, you are ready to take his life away. You are an enemy loving, self hating, two faced, confused, hypocritical slave. You're mentally lost individuals. Start talking about nonviolence when it comes to your white masters. You will go and get your Bible out and start pointing to the pictures of your blue-eyed Jesus. You start talking about peace and love when you're referring to the white folks. You start preaching about how we all got to live together in harmony and love, but at the same time, you're raising high hell back in the ghetto. You want to live in harmony and love white folks only. So you really don't believe in that so-called peaceful ideology because you would beat up on your own wife in the same day. You would beat and abuse your children until they show scars. You would violently attack your own black brother over the smallest little conflict of reason. But if the white man came into your house today and kicked your big black ass, you would sit there crying like a little cheek-turning, enemy-loving, hypocritical punk. You are all about peace and love when it comes to your enemy, but you're all about violence and hate when it comes to your own family. I can't even consider you to be lost anymore because you are just a devil damn fool and you deserve everything that you have coming to you. You didn't watch your woman and children being attacked by your savage or white racist enemies, and you would sit there like a non-violent weak punk. You are just a devil damn fool, and your woman and children will be damn fools to continue walking with you after being cowardly betrayed. You need you need a nigger stick upside your head. You need to be beaten by your enemies. Maybe they can beat some common sense into you. And don't you come to me talking about what God said and what your blonde haired, blue eyed, watered down, punctified white version of Jesus said either. Don't pick up your Bible. Don't pick up your Bible talking about this nonviolent love of your enemies and we are all God's children, suicidal madness. If you start talking like that and holding the Bible at the same time, then I know that you obviously have not read the Bible. You obviously don't know God. You obviously don't know the true Jesus. The true Jesus was not a punk that you are trying to make him out to be. Read the Bible. The true Jesus was most definitely not a white man. Read the Bible. Jesus is a black revolutionary Messiah. God has never loved his enemies. Read the Bible. The devils are the enemies of God, and God don't love devils. So why do you? Why do you love your enemies? Do you love devils? Well, do you? You are so devil damn confused by the devil and a person that you don't know what in the hell you believe now. Read your Bible again. Why are you nonviolent towards your enemies? God is never nonviolent toward his enemies. God has killed entire civilizations full of enemies. God has killed entire nations full of enemies. Read your Bible. God has never nonviolent toward his enemies. So why are you? God doesn't turn the other cheek. So why should you? God doesn't love everybody because God doesn't love devils. We are all not God's children because the devils are not in the family of God. The devils are rebellious, orphans, and nobody wants them but your silly slave ass. So you go ahead and take care of your little wicked friends, and we'll watch them take care of you. You are just an ignorant fool. Even the beasts of the field have more common sense than you. Self-preservation is rule number one. The animals in nature are more intelligent than you. Any animal in nature will fight to save its own life, no matter how small the hunted animal is, and no matter how large the hunting animal is. The hunted animal will fight for its life. This is the rule of nature or the rule of God. You can back any animal into a corner and it will attack you to save its own life. Self-preservation, self-defense. You can take a peaceful being of a small squirrel and force it back to the corner. You will find that them big buck teeth can bite more than just acorns. The squirrel is much more intelligent than you are with your crazy ass. The laws of God, nature are right before you every day. That squirrel ain't gonna try to love you and turn the other cheek. That intelligent squirrel is going to try to bite the hell out of you to get out of that corner alive. And if it's you that the intelligent squirrel has come up against, he will probably bite you and then turn around and kick your ass just for the hell of it. Because he heard that you were one of those non-violent cheek turning fools. You are just in bad shape. You get no respect. God don't respect you. I don't respect you. The squirrel don't respect you. The white man don't respect you. And most of all, you don't respect yourself. You are just a self-trained house pet or a well-trained house slave. It is very rare that a dog will bark at his master, but a dog will bark at another dog all day. That's the end of it. So,
that's our lesson for today, y'all. Hope y'all paid attention. You know what I'm saying?
That was some niggas of God.
Niggas of gods. We shall bring y'all another one tomorrow. We passed the hour and 30 minutes mark. That's the end of the show. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna be back again with the Belt Ass Show. Here we go.
Yeah. And we finna go live again. We going live again?
Yeah, we're going live again. Yeah.
Well, you gotta let them know so they know to come back.
Yeah, we're going live again. We going live again. We finna end this live. We're going live. Y'all stay right there. We coming right back.
We got a small chronic break.
Yeah, small. We got a small chronic break. And this one everybody can come up. This is the next one everybody can come up. It's the Belt Ass Show.
Yeah, Rizzo, that's only chapter 2. Well, that's chapter 3 because 2 was small.
Yeah.
It's only going to get crazier and more outlandish.
Yeah. But we gonna finish together, y'all.
Yeah, we're gonna finish it together, man. Y'all just tap in with us.
Y'all tap in. We're gonna put it on y'all head. We're gonna put it on y'all head every day. No Diddy. Let's get Belt
No
Ass.
Diddy.
All right, y'all. See y'all in a bit. Gone.